So, Zach, did you hear about this goat in Des Moines that got sent to jail?
I don't think you can send a goat to jail.
Well, not necessarily. But apparently, this goat escaped its home, ran into traffic, and explored the south side of Des Moines for a few hours before the police had to tranquilize it.
They really tranquilize a goat to put it in jail?
Well, don't be too surprised. The week before, they took into custody a lost 200-pound pot-belly pig.
Only in Iowa.
Thrift shopping?
Randomonium, 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 randomonium. Randomonium here, back on a Monday evening.
With you, like always, is Chelsey.
And Zach.
So, Zach, tonight our first guest is BVU alum Ravi Kumar. Media Studies major, 2010. He graduated and now works with social media.
Social media is the way we communicate today, you know? It's a good stuff.
So, what social media sites are you on today, Zach?
I'm on Facebook. I have 3 accounts on Twitter because I go hard.
Wow.
I also have a WordPress, if that's kind of social media.
Blogging.
You know, that's really about it. I don't have time.
You have Instagram.
I have Instagram. Oh, and Snapchat, if that's kind of social.
I think that's social.
That's a bad thing to get. Don't get it.
And what do these social media sites add to your life? What value?
Well, that's how I get my news, because I'm too lazy to read big stories. So I look at these little links that people share, and then I assume the rest of the story. So, but it has other stuff like it allows us to share our Facebook stuff, and I can kind of share, like, I'm trying to find a home for my internship. So all of these people are letting me live with random strangers that they know. So that's how I'm using social media.
Well,
I'm going to end on that one.
And so then our other guest for tonight is theater professor Bethany Larson.
Correct. Do you do theater?
Well, I do some. I don't really do some here, but I did some in high school. I did 5 plays.
Really?
Yeah.
Any crazy theater stories?
Oh, well, senior year. See, in high school we always did these plays about plays. I don't know why. It was just a recurring theme. So senior year, spring play, I played assistant director. And I didn't know how to do the assistant director job. So I was like, in the middle of a scene, I walk out and I sit on the edge of the stage. And these people are like, what are you doing? You're breaking the 4th wall. And I'm like, 4th wall? What is this? And they're like, you know, that whole thing in between the audience and you don't know. And I was like, I don't get what you're saying. And they're like, you're breaking it. So then I'm like, I stick my elbow out and then I'm like, I'm breaking the 4th wall with my elbow. And they're like, stop that. And then I put my leg out. And then the script told me that I had to stick my butt out to the audience. So
while on stage.
I had to show the entire audience
My butt.
my butt. And
So
that was
your butt, not mine.
right. So that was my embarrassing
That's great.
theater story.
I don't want you to break the 4th wall here, but before we go to commercial, we wanted to introduce our lovely book of the week. This is not the bad book. This is our lovely book.
Yay.
If you can't see, which you probably can't, it is The Wisdom of Women's Golf.
Wow. This book is filled with inspirational and dedicated quotes about the game of golf from the woman's perspective.
Yeah, so on that note, I'm going to find a random one, such as rainbows always follow rain delays.
Ah, there we go.
Wisdom.
And, next, BVU alum Ravi Kumar.
Boom.
Yay.
And now it's commercial break, so...
Our first guest on Randomonium show is a 2010 graduate from BVU visiting campus this week. He's talking to students about, quote unquote, from what I stole from the posters around campus, how young people worldwide are using technology to solve problems and shape the world they want to live in. It is our privilege to have Ravi Kumar on the show. Woo!
Great, thank you for
you.
having me.
Yeah, thank you very much. So if you just want to kind of explain when you were here at BV, what you majored in, what you kind of were involved in, we can kind of start out with that.
Sure, I came to BVU in January of 2007. I was a political science and media studies major. I graduated in May of 2010.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And what made you come to BV?
Come to BVU today
Or way back when?
2007. Well, I was looking for a good school where I could major in 2 subjects. And I was in Nepal in 2007. And a friend, acquaintance of mine, told me that you could Buena Vista University is giving good funding to international students. And so I'm like, well, there's good money, you should go. And I checked on the website and it looked like a beautiful campus, and I decided to come here.
Definitely a beautiful campus. So I guess now the next question would be, why are you here on campus now?
So it's been 3.5 years since I graduated, and I wanted to come back and talk to students, give talk in classes, especially in digital media, guest lecture about the role of social media and storytelling. And tomorrow I'm giving a talk about how, as you just said, how,
Get that one.
Posters.
right, how young people are using technology worldwide in some of the poorest places on the planet to make their lives better and solve problems in their community, and how at the World Bank in Washington, D.C., we are trying to help and work with a lot of young people in poor places like Nepal to create apps or find solutions by using technology. So tomorrow, that's what we'll talk about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And why were you interested in studying media studies and political science?
That's a good question. So I come from a country that was a monarchy when I was growing up, and we were going through a civil war. And I realized how media and politics plays a larger role in shaping where the society is going to go in the next 10 years or so. And my parents wanted me to be a doctor. But I'm like, well, I think I'll study politics and media. And so my very desire to try to shape, in some ways, the future of my country led me to study politics and media.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. So what are your hobbies now? What do you kind of do outside of work, I guess?
Sure. I guess work. Well, beside that, I love to read books. I love to travel, talk to new people. I love to work on some of my personal projects. I have a nonprofit that I co-founded with the help of friends, and we are working together to rebuild schools in Nepal. And I spend a lot of time on that. And basically, I watch maybe a few shows, go out with friends. And so what I guess to answer your question, my hobby will really be to reading a lot of stuff that's online or some books.
Okay, awesome.
You started this nonprofit organization in college, didn't you?
Yes.
And how did that come about, and where is it at now?
Right. So it was summer of 2009. I went to Washington, D.C. for an internship. And then I met a few people in New York City who were interested in doing what I'm doing. And we thought, well, it'll be great to start a nonprofit and work together. So we launched a nonprofit in December of 2009. Since then, because of social media, Facebook and Twitter, it has grown into in somewhat a global organization. Now we have folks, a chapter in London, we have folks in Hong Kong, we have folks in Nepal, in New York City, and in different places within the US. And we all really try to rebuild primary schools in Nepal, and so far we have rebuilt 20. And really, a lot of work. My colleagues they have worked tirelessly in the last 3 years or 4 years to rebuild all these schools, and it's amazing to see the growth of an organization.
Wow, yeah, 20 schools. That's crazy. So did you intern anywhere else while you were here at BV other than Washington, or?
Yes, I interned at the Storm Lake Pilot Tribune. And then I did an internship with the Meet the Press in Washington, D.C. And then I interned at something called Youth Service America, I believe. I hope I'm not getting the name wrong. And it's called YSA in Washington. So there were 3 internships that I did, yeah.
Okay. Wow.
If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would you go?
That's a very good question. I haven't really thought about it. But I think I will probably go to, let me think. I'll probably go to somewhere in Latin America. I don't have the exact country right yet, but I think somewhere in Latin America. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that is kind of a tough question on the spot. So why did you go into investigative journalism at Columbia University?
Right. So as I said, I grew up during the civil war in Nepal. There's a lot of rampant corruption. And I grew up in a small town. There are not a lot of newspapers. And I always wanted to know what our leaders do and what are the ways you could help them hold them accountable. And so as I came to college and learned about politics and media, I thought, well, doing investigative journalism is going to be helpful. And luckily I got into one of the best investigative journalism program out there, and I think, well, this is the best thing I could do right now. So that's why I did it.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Could you describe what you do at World Bank now?
Yes.
World Bank.
Yes.
So the World Bank Group is one of the largest development institution in the world. It's headquartered in Washington, D.C., and we have two goals. One of our goals is to end extreme poverty by 2030 and to boost the shared prosperity, end extreme poverty by 2030, and then boost shared prosperity of the bottom 40% of the population worldwide. I work in a unit called External and Corporate Relations, and I have in some ways 3 jobs. And I do one is to manage a blog called You Think. It's targeted towards young people in helping them understand about the global development, the work we do, and how they can help fight poverty. And the second I do is I help manage our corporate social media presence. So Facebook, Twitter, Google+, LinkedIn pages. And the third is I do social media monitoring in some ways, and that is the reputational risk management. So try to really listen what people talk about us and see how we can respond to them.
Understandable. Yeah? Wow. That's a lot to do.
That is.
Perfect.
So I think our time is up with Ravi.
Our time is up.
Thank you for being on our show.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you for having me, and good luck with the rest of your stuff.
Thank you.
On next is, ironically, one of the Logi professors, our digital media professor. It's going to be Jerry Johnson. Instead of Bethany Larson, she's busy with some theater stuff. But before Jerry Johnson's interview, we have a video that me, Jerry and I, look at my grammar, perfect, produced when we went to Disney last year during our J-term trip, and it's called I'm So Disney. So go ahead and enjoy that.
Yay!
Perfect.
A small world, it never ends. And it's you, Walt, making it spin. You're making me Disney. First time that I saw Walt's dream, I knew that I just had to make it mine. The magic and the pixie dust just makes me wanna be there all the time. Can't get enough Dole Whip, and Mickey Mouse is always hip. I'm going around like teacups all the time. Disney, I'm so Disney. My head is spinning like a small world, it never ends. And it's you, Walt, making it spin. You're making me Disney. I finally got to Disneyland, and happiness is exactly how I felt. Then I went to Walt Disney World, and there's where my heart began to melt. Walt, you got control on me, 'cause I'm so Disney. I believe we need to thank Roy Disney for his help. Disney,
Our second guest for the night on Randomonium is one of the digital media assistant professors and University Cable Network's advisor and a downright Disney fan,
As you can tell.
Yes.
Terry Johnson.
Isn't this dignified?
I think
I
you can
guess.
wear that on all interview shows, I think.
I think I should, you know. I saw this at Disneyland, and I went back to the store like 5 times, and I finally said, I got to get this thing. The color bars.
Yeah, that's you.
Yes.
That's you in a little hat.
It was so cool, so I had to get it.
Perfect. Well, how about you let the viewers know exactly who you are? What do you do here?
I'm assistant professor in digital media. I advise the campus television station, and I teach public relations, integrated communications, and TV studio.
I've always wanted to try these
Yes, I'd
on.
like to give you a hand.
Yeah, let's go ahead and shake
There you
hands.
go.
Let's make this professional.
Wow.
All right. I think I'll take these off too.
Okay, well,
Give my ears
I'll
some-
keep stealing things while you ask him
Okay,
a
sorry. I was just so infatuated with these gloves. But how did you get to BV?
Well, I graduated from Buena Vista.
No.
Yes, I did.
How long ago?
Let's
Oh, that's so.
say,
40 years ago, he said.
sure, 1980. No, I graduated in 1985.
Oh, wow.
Left,
That is old.
you know, went to Des Moines, worked at KDSM. I was the promotion director there. Then I got a job at KTIV, creative services director there for 10 years. Worked on my master's and came back to BV in 1998 to teach in, at that time, mass communication.
Yeah, let's change that. Now it's digital media
Yes.
for all
It's like
those
changed
people.
its name like 5 times.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, it's an industry that changes constantly, and I'm sure in a couple of years, in 5 years or whatever, it'll probably change their name again to a word that we can't even think of.
Yeah.
Digital wasn't even thought about when I graduated in '85.
This is true.
That is very true.
You know, we played Pong, so what can I say?
Well, digital's really not thought of here yet either. All right, that's an inside joke, so we'll go ahead and move on that.
Alright.
So,
Yeah, let's continue.
let's go ahead and ask the big question. So you have a daughter here right now,
Yes, I
and
do.
you had a son that graduated.
Yep.
So what's it like having your students be your family members?
Your
Yeah.
family members-
Well, I tell you, it was really crazy when my son was here, Darren. He was in my class the first semester, and I don't think we made eye contact for like 2 weeks.
He's texting.
Well, no, I don't think he was doing that, and I was trying to come up with things, so not looking over to that part of the room, but it was kind of awkward at first. We'll see how it is with my daughter. She's a little bit more
Outgoing?
outgoing.
I'm sure.
So thank you for that word. I'm trying to think of a nice word to say on
That's
TV.
how I would describe her.
Yes. So we'll see how that goes.
So it's Emily and Darren, for
Yes.
those who are wondering. So what are some of the current productions here at the University Cable Network, other than us?
Other than you?
Yeah, because we're here right now. Hey, everybody.
Well, we have a lot of projects going on. We do 3 on BV, which is our newscast, bi-weekly newscast. I believe you help on that too.
Oh, we do. We
you
both
help?
Right?
do.
Yes.
Yay.
We also partner up with KBVU for Over the Edge. We also do the Ryberg Show, which is a skit show, which is made bi-weekly, bi-monthly. But it gets produced, and it's a great show when it happens.
Yeah. It's,
And it takes a lot of time to produce a show like that because of the single camera style work they use. And then we do live. We did American Heritage this year. And hopefully in the spring, hint, hint, we might do some basketball.
whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah. And we're doing the play. We're broadcasting the play this fall, right?
Yeah.
You're a producer for that.
I am producer / director on that one.
So we have a lot of stuff going
Yay.
on. A lot of things going on. We're also doing some independent projects, working on Zombie Burger Project. We're doing a music documentary. So there's a lot of things going on.
Yeah. So you guys should check out Channel 3 if you aren't doing that right now, which you are.
right. Where did this love of Disney come from?
Well, you know, every January we take a group of students to Disneyland and Disney World. We go behind the scenes. We meet with Imagineers, cast members, Disney historians, authors to learn how to tell the story. The love of it came. I've always loved Disney. I remember when I was in 2nd grade, 3rd row at the Vista Theater watching Swiss Family Robinson on the right side. I remember to this day. And I was like going, oh, wow, this is so cool.
Imagine Jerry as a child.
Yeah,
Yeah.
imagine that. And I've loved it ever since. And then back in the
Mickey hands.
1990s, I produced the Children's Miracle Network. And every year you'd go out to Disneyland and do some live cut-ins in front of the castle. And that was really cool. And then we moved to Disney World and kind of been a fan ever since. And then got this opportunity with Professor Henry Hart in business. And we put together this Disney trip. And I love every minute of it. Ha ha! It's swell!
Wow.
I went on that trip.
We're going to Disney.
Yes, we are. And we're also doing a
Yes.
Disney cruise this time. So we're taking the story
Disney
international.
cruise, everyone. I'm going to be on a cruise ship.
They didn't take the cruise when I went, so cool.
But you know, it's
great.
fun, it's awesome, but it is a class. We're learning about
Yeah,
storytelling.
we did learn a lot.
8 key storytelling strategies, which we're applying to our Zombie Burger project. So,
I work with them every day, I feel
and
like.
it's really derived
Yeah,
out
all
of the
the time.
digital media, really, because you know it used to be TV, radio, newspaper, these silos, but now it's not. Everyone can do a little bit of everything, right? But it's still the story.
Definitely, still
Still
a
the
story.
story.
So perfect. Our last question, really fast here. I know it's gonna be really hard for you.
I'll try.
What is your favorite movie?
My favorite movie?
Yeah.
You know, E.T. E.T. is my favorite movie. I love it. I watched it 30 times when it came out in the 80s.
30 times.
30 times. I went 30 days straight. I was mesmerized by it.
30 days
did.
straight?
Yep.
At a theater.
Yep.
You paid money for that. Well,
How much was it then?
$3, I think.
Okay.
$2.
Wow.
I honestly don't remember.
Louise.
this guy's going all nerdy on us, so I
Okay.
think it's time to end
I
that
guess.
interview.
Well, you know, there's
Well-
a lot more to that story.
Yay.
Yeah. He's got to go and watch. Watch
Well, actually, we're
E.T.
gonna have him. We're gonna have him stay for the ending
Oh
credits.
yeah, he does. Yeah, he
But
does.
we're gonna go to commercial break here, and we'll have him back.
Yeah, we'll
commercial
have him
break.
back. So go ahead and we'll go to commercial break. Bye for now. Hey! Thanks for watching the Randomonium show. We're on again November 18th for an extra special musical episode. It's not where we're singing songs that pertain to us doing
Hour
things.
long for that.
It's an hour long, and it's just awesome artists
So
from
be
here on
prepared
campus.
for life for that. As always, like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter for updates. Yay!
Thanks again to Ravi and Jerry
Jerry.
Johnson for being on the show here.
And right
Bring.
now, we will have Jerry do his specialty Mickey Mouse voice
Should
while
you-
reading the
It's not
credits.
going to be pretty.
Does he need
It's
these?
gonna happen.
The question is
Thanks
if
for
he needs
watching,
it.
everyone. Yay!
Go ahead.
Let's see if I could see the monitor. I could probably read it. There we go. Well, there's Tyler. He's doing directing. 4 directors. There's Kaylee. Hi, Kaylee. How you doing? Chase is doing TD. Look at Alex is doing Deco. And then Prunter, it's our little Crystal. Just love to give her a little bit of light. And then we got our cameras, Justice Skylar Tyson. And there I am, Jerry. It's official. And check us out on November 18th because we're swell. This is my imagination. Got it.